we're just coming off the defeat last night of Rafael Nadal losing to Alexander Zverev at Roland Garros in the first round. And it was a great match. Rafael Nadal's level was great. And I'm sure if you asked him some 6 weeks ago if he would be able to play at such a level, he would be happy with his game going into the Olympics. And the clay season's not over, of course, as we said, going into the Olympics. He had his chances in the second set and the third set. He wasn't able to capitalize. Zverev played very well. Perhaps Zverev is the form player on the ATP Tour on the clay courts. And what can you say? That being said, Nadal says it would not be a good idea to play at Wimbledon as he targets this year's Olympics instead. Of course, changing surfaces is going to be rough on the joints, the knees, the ankles, the elbows, the shoulders, the hips. It's going to be hard for him to switch surfaces. It would be a shame, though, for him not to play the biggest Grand Slam, the biggest tournament in tennis once more. However, his aura is not as large at Wimbledon as it is at Roland Garros, and Roland Garros was a tournament that he really wanted to fare well. That being said, my personal opinion or prediction is that he will play at least once more at Roland Garros. Obviously, he'll play at the Olympics at Roland Garros, but I do feel that he will play at Roland Garros next year. It's one of those things, though, like if you're playing well, as he said, he doesn't want to retire. If he feels competitive, he feels like it's a shame to retire early. So we'll see what happens. It's hard to retire in the middle of the season, so perhaps he won't play. I don't know. I'm actually quite confused as to what to expect from Rafael Nadal's career, but I do expect him to play the Olympics and perhaps the US Open to wrap up 2024. A bit of an anticlimactic Roland Garros or Rafael Nadal facing Zverev in the first round. What can you do? That being said, in attendance for the match were Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, Swiatek, and out of the frame, Rodri, the footballer from Manchester City, among other celebrities. And you know what? It's a big deal that Djokovic came to watch. Djokovic to come watch Nadal is a big, big deal. I don't remember the last time Djokovic watched a tennis match. Let's be honest. It's a big deal. Fair enough, Alcaraz and Swiatek, upcoming tennis stars who admire Rafael Nadal. But for a contemporary of Rafael Nadal, his biggest ever rival, to come watch potentially his last match at Roland Garros, it's a big deal. And kudos to Djokovic to take time out of his day and preparation for Roland Garros to farewell his greatest rival. And before we get back into the video, this video is sponsored by Soccer Atos. Check out their website for quality football and sports merchandise. Use code SPORT for 10% off at checkout. And moving on to other news, Nick Kyrgios talking about how he's excited to commentate for the Wimbledon commentary team. And his insight at the Australian Open was very good. I actually was pleasantly surprised by his commentary, in addition to the Tennis Channel work he did during the ATP finals. That being said, we'd much rather see him on the tennis court. However, it seems as if he is getting some good reps in. Haven't done a Nick Kyrgios update in a while, but perhaps if he's playing like this, hitting some big forehands and backhands, we can see him perhaps in the fall or in Southern Hemisphere terms, the end of the season. So we'll see what happens there. But it's good to see Nick Kyrgios actually playing and hitting some tennis balls. But he won't be at Wimbledon. He'll be commentating instead. But watch out for Nick Kyrgios. Perhaps a US Open run, perhaps too soon. We'll see what happens. But that's about it. We've got Djokovic playing tonight. We've got Nadal farewelling Roland Garros last night. Roland Garros just getting underway. Let's be honest, the tournament has barely started. So expect a lot more Roland Garros related content from the team at Sportic. And until next time.